If a woman says this, pause. Not because it's wrong, not because she's lying, but because what it signals psychologically matters more than the words. Warning phrase number 1. I'm not looking for anything serious right now. Most men hear this and think, she's being honest, at least she's upfront. But here's the psychological layer most miss. When a woman says this while still texting you daily, still flirting, still leaning on you emotionally, she's not setting a boundary, she's setting an escape clause. This sentence means, I want the benefits of connection without the responsibility of commitment. So when things go cold later, she doesn't feel guilty, because in her mind, she warned you. The danger isn't the sentence. The danger is you continuing to invest more, hoping you'll change her mind. Psychologically, that shifts you from potential partner to emotional convenience. And once that shift happens, respect quietly drops. Not intentionally, but instinctively. Warning phrase number 2. I'm really confused about my feelings. This one sounds vulnerable, even intimate, and that's why it's dangerous. Confusion doesn't mean she doesn't feel anything. It means she feels multiple things, and you're not the strongest pull. When attraction is clear, there is no confusion. Confusion usually means she likes your attention, enjoys your presence, but isn't emotionally anchored to you. So what happens next? She keeps you close while she figures herself out, which often means someone else is being explored while you're being stabilized. Men misread this as a phase. In psychology, it's a holding pattern, and holding patterns don't lead to commitment, they lead to emotional exhaustion. Warning phrase number 3. I don't want to hurt you. This sounds caring, but ask yourself this. If someone truly didn't want to hurt you, would they say this or would they change their behavior? This sentence usually appears right before inconsistency begins. Late replies, mixed signals, energy shifts. Psychologically, it's a preemptive guilt release. She's warning you, not because she plans to protect you, but because she knows her actions won't match your expectations. When you ignore this phrase, you later find yourself saying, she told me, I just didn't listen. Warning phrase number 4. Most men miss this one. You deserve someone better. This one feels like praise. It's not. It's emotional distancing wrapped in kindness. When a woman says this, she's already begun separating herself internally. She's placing you above her behavior so she doesn't have to rise to your standards. Psychologically, this is closure before the ending. Men hear it and try to prove they're fine with less. That's the trap. Because the moment you accept less, she stops seeing you as someone to rise toward. Now here's the truth most people won't say out loud. None of these phrases make her a bad person. They're signals. And signals aren't meant to be argued with. They're meant to be read. If you respond to warning signs by trying harder, you teach her you'll tolerate confusion. If you respond by staying grounded and pulling back emotionally, you protect your value, and sometimes, surprisingly, you reset her perception of you.
Now, here's the part that decides everything. It's not what she says after those phrases. It's how you respond that determines whether you get played or quietly regain control of the dynamic. Most men make the same mistake here. They explain, they reassure, they try to be understanding. Psychologically, that feels mature, but attraction doesn't respond to explanations. It responds to emotional positioning. The moment that matters most. When she drops one of those warning phrases, her brain immediately scans for one thing. Did I just lose power or gain it? If you rush to comfort her, you confirm she still has access to you. If you argue or try to convince her, you confirm she controls the pace. But if you stay calm, grounded, and slightly detached, something unexpected happens. Her nervous system feels a shift. Because uncertainty, when paired with confidence, creates attraction. What not to do, this kills attraction fast. Let's be clear. Do not say, I understand, take your time, I'll wait for you, I'm here no matter what. Those sound loyal, but psychologically, they signal low urgency and low consequence. When there's no consequence, there's no respect. And without respect, attraction fades, even if affection remains. The high-value response. This changes the dynamic. Instead, your response should communicate 3 things without saying them directly. You're emotionally steady, you don't chase uncertainty, you're open but not attached. Here's how that sounds naturally. I get that. I value clarity, so I move slower when things feel unclear. That makes sense. I'm focused on things that feel aligned right now. I respect honesty. I also don't force connections. Notice what's missing. No pleading, no pressure, no emotional bargaining. You're not rejecting her, you're not chasing her either. That puts the ball back in her court without desperation. Why this works, psychology explained. The female brain is highly responsive to emotional contrast. When she expects reassurance and instead gets calm boundaries, her mind pauses. That pause creates curiosity. Curiosity leads to re-evaluation. Re-evaluation is where attraction can return, if it's meant to. If it's not meant to, you exit with dignity intact. Either way, you win. The silent test she runs after this. After you respond calmly, she will test you. Not openly, subtly. She may text again randomly, send something emotional, flirt lightly, check your social media more. This is not commitment. This is verification. She's asking, is he really not chasing or is he pretending? Your job is simple. Stay consistent. Warm but not eager. Present but not available on demand. That consistency is rare, and rarity creates value. The hard truth most men avoid. If a woman plays you, it's rarely because she planned to. It happens because she wasn't sure, you stayed fully invested, the imbalance slowly formed. Playing isn't always manipulation. Sometimes it's just one person standing still while the other keeps moving forward alone. Here's the moment most men miss. The exact point where a woman stops being uncertain and starts using uncertainty as leverage. This is the line between confusion and being played. The shift you must notice. At first, her words sound hesitant, but then something changes. She starts enjoying the attention, keeping you emotionally engaged without moving closer. This is when uncertainty becomes control. And she doesn't announce it, she lets you reveal it. The line she crosses and men ignore. Pay attention to this pattern. She says, I'm not ready. I don't want labels. I need space. But then she still texts you daily, gets jealous when you pull back, expects emotional availability, and reacts when you talk to other women. This is no longer confusion. This is asymmetrical attachment. She wants your presence, your validation, and your emotional energy without giving you clarity. That's the danger zone. Why she does this? Not evil, psychological. This isn't always manipulation. It's emotional self-protection. She enjoys how you make her feel but isn't ready to commit or doesn't want to lose optionality. So her mind creates a compromise. I don't want him fully, but I don't want to lose him either. That's how men get stuck. The moment you must change behavior. Here's the rule most men never learn. If access continues without progression, attraction decays. So the moment you notice consistent contact, no forward movement, and repeated uncertainty language, you must shift, not emotionally, structurally. The boundary that stops the game instantly. You don't accuse, you don't explain feelings, you simply state reality. Calm, direct, adult. Examples, I enjoy talking to you, but I invest where things are moving forward. Or, I'm not into half connections, I respect clarity. Or, I'm open, but I don't stay in limbo. Say it once, then observe. No follow-ups, no justifying. Her response tells you everything. 2 possible outcomes, both are wins. Outcome 1, she leans in. She clarifies, she adjusts behavior, she stops playing vague. That means attraction plus respect aligned. Outcome 2, she pulls away. That means she wanted access, not connection, and you just saved months, sometimes years of emotional drain. Either way, you regain control. Why walking away is so powerful. Walking away doesn't punish her, it protects you. And here's the paradox. Many women don't feel attraction until consequence appears. Not threats, not ultimatums, but self-respect. When she realizes he's not angry, he's not hurt, he's just unavailable for uncertainty, that realization hits deep. Sometimes immediately, sometimes weeks later, sometimes never. But you don't wait around to find out. The final mental shift. This is everything. Stop asking, does she like me? Start asking, is this dynamic respecting my time and energy? Attraction without alignment always turns into confusion, and confusion is where men lose themselves. If you want, part 4 is where I break down the exact moment to leave without burning bridges, and how to do it so you walk away calm, respected, and unshaken.
Here's the final truth most men don't want to hear. You don't get played because you were too nice. You get played because you stayed after the warning signs appeared. The game never starts suddenly. It starts the moment you ignore your own discomfort. The final warning phrase, most dangerous one. She says, I don't want to hurt you. This sounds caring, but psychologically, it's a disclaimer. It means, I see where this is going and I'm not going to stop it. When someone truly wants to protect you, they change behavior. When they say this line, they're preparing themselves, not you. What this phrase really signals. It usually appears right before she pulls back emotionally. She starts talking to someone else. She keeps you close but non-exclusive. Or she exits without closure. It's not cruelty. It's emotional distancing in advance. She's softening her own guilt. The exact moment to walk away, without drama. Here's the rule. If her words sound caring, but her actions create anxiety, you already have your answer. You don't wait for proof. You don't demand explanations. You respond with self-respect. The clean exit. This matters. You don't accuse. You don't argue. You say one calm line. I respect honesty. I'm looking for something clear and mutual. I don't stay where I feel unsure. Then you leave. No speeches, no emotional dumping, no checking her reaction. Silence after clarity is strength. Why this works psychologically. When you leave cleanly, you remove emotional leverage, you end the power imbalance, you protect your nervous system. And here's the paradox. Walking away doesn't guarantee she comes back, but staying guarantees you lose yourself. Strong men choose self-respect over possibility. If she returns with clarity, not confusion, not mixed signals, then you reassess. If she returns vague again, you already know the pattern. Patterns don't change without consequence. The core lesson, remember this. Words don't reveal intention, behavior over time does. If she wanted you clearly, you wouldn't feel confused repeatedly. Attraction doesn't feel chaotic, manipulation does. Final thought. The goal was never to outplay her. The goal was to stop abandoning yourself to keep someone interested. Once you learn that, no one can play you again. You simply don't stay.